Oh, hello. Yet again. Future me, digital me. Seems whenever I need a ciggy cig, I'll talk about something. And Trump just announced an invasion of my city. That's what Mr. Adam Mockler's video is about. I want to start it off with the Benjamin Franklin quote. Those who would trade, how does it go? Those who would trade a little liberty for a little security for a little liberty, and I'm fucking it up. Those who would trade a little liberty for a little security deserve neither and will lose both. So that may not be exactly right, but I think it gets to the meat of the matter. But yeah, I think it's true. It definitely doesn't get to the meat of this matter because apparently what they're doing is they're calling up the Texas National Guard to go to Chicago, which is messed up because if anything, they should be calling up the Texas National Guard to go into Houston, because Houston is like I forget, but it's in the top 10 of the most crime-ridden cities in the U.S. And Chicago is not. I think they said it's not even in the top 20. I remember when I looked it up, Milwaukee was number 8. And that's where I grew up. Technically, I grew up just north of the city and county borders, but it was like just north. I mean, like the line was like right there, and then we were there. So I mean, it was like we could like spit into the county of Milwaukee, and actually maybe we were still in the county, I don't know, but we could just like, and there's Milwaukee. So we might as well have been there. And I don't know if I said this in another video or not, but we'd be like, we didn't judge springtime by the temperature. We judged springtime by just putting our ear to the wind, and we'd be like, oh, it's springtime now. We can hear gunshots. It's springtime. Because we were that close. So, cheers. We didn't get any murders in Glendale, but they came into our neighborhood to steal stuff. So, yes. Our neighborhood was like a grocery store. You know? That's all. We didn't really mind that much because, we didn't really have anything either. It was like, you can come and take stuff, but I mean, our shelves are pretty much empty. So, good luck with that. And the cops in Glendale were pretty much like, if you're black, you're getting pulled over. And if you're black and not in a car, well, you better like have proof that you live in the neighborhood, because you're going to spend the night in jail then. That's why I call our neighborhood a buffer zone. So, yeah. But that explains why we're number 8 on the list. So, kind of gives explanation to my adolescence and why, when I went to school, the other groups all had cars, and cars that were nice and so fresh and so clean. Anyways, I don't know exactly where I was going with this, but yeah. Mr. Abbott, I think there are places where your National Guardsmen might actually be useful. According to, and I'm not a Texas native, so I don't know this for sure, but maybe Houston? Because in this small town, I have heard people be bitching about like, oh, my blah, 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 my insert relative blah, like she went to Houston, and and then they say some shit about immigrants or non-white people, and she got robbed. And it's like, all right, I'm sure out of 10 stories of that, like maybe 2 are true. Maybe 1. But if it's anything like Milwaukee, yeah, probably some of those are true. I'm still pretty sure that having the National Guard roam around the city probably not really going to do much against crime, though, considering, they're National Guard, not actual cops. And, unless you're going to invest some money in training National Guardsmen how to do, police work, probably not going to be very good at being, beat cops. But whatever. I mean, I'm not the governor, so go and do as you want to, Hot Wheels. I think that's a great name for them. Yeah, I kind of lost what I was going to say other than the quote, which is a good quote. Go ahead and keep trading liberty for security bit by bit, and you'll have a whole lot of security. You'll be very secure in your houses. Maybe, I don't know. You better make damn sure you got identification everywhere you go. You get stopped at checkpoints every 5 blocks. Like you're in, that part of Israel. I forget what it's called, but that part where it goes from Israel to the West Bank, where they have that series of check blocks. I forget what it is. Roadblocks and checkpoints and shit. Anyways, the point would be more well made if I knew what it was called. So, anyways, I don't know how many guardsmen they're planning on sending there, but that'll be fun to watch. And this is a valid point to be made. If there are any kind of criminal gangs or whatever in Houston that happen to be paying attention, now the National Guard of Texas is a little bit diminished, so maybe you can, initiate that whatever scheme you have been plotting for 3 years. I don't know what it is, but now you can. They still have cops, but they don't have a response force that they would have had. So you can go in, pull the job, and get out, and then it'll be done, and you can squat off to wherever. I don't know. Execute your plan. I don't know. Whatever they were planning on doing. Well, it was a nice warm day. Not freakishly hot or humid, just nice and warm. So that's good. And I'll end that nice ranty video with Tax the Rich and boobs out.